ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। In this very picturesque chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana, number 11, we are filled with awe at the cosmic form of Sri Krishna that he showed to Arjuna. We are approaching the conclusion of this chapter, and as we saw in the 46th verse, with 9 more verses to go, Arjuna pleaded with Sri Krishna, please wind up this magnificent Vishwarupa, which is also frightening to me, and kindly show yourself in your usual form with which we are familiar. As we commented last time, interestingly, Arjuna says, please show yourself again with 4 arms. So one reconciliation could be 4 arms were probably occasionally shown by Sri Krishna, and through his Maya, he made Arjuna and other Pandavas forget that pretty soon. But on this day, Arjuna remembers not just the 2-armed form, which was the case most of the time, but the 4-armed Chaturbhujena Rupena. Chaturbhujam Rupam Sri Krishnasya, which probably were shown a couple of times, but then on this day, at this moment, Arjuna remembers that form. O 1,000-armed one, Sahasrabaho, in the Vishwarupa Darshana, which is more than 1,000 really. O Vishwamurte, O one who has the whole cosmos as your form, Chaturbhujena Bhava. Get back to the form with just 4 arms. Accordingly, now we proceed how Lord Krishna yields to Arjuna's prayer, as 46th commentary by Sri Shankaracharya went, Upasamhritya Vishwarupam Tenaiva Rupena Bhava Ityartaha. That was the request by Arjuna. Upasamhritya, wind up this cosmic form, and Bhagavan now says, Bhashyakara Sri Shankaracharya connects us, Arjunam Bhitam Upalabhya, finding Arjuna terrified. Upasamhritya Vishwarupam, Sri Krishna accordingly withdraws his cosmic form, Priyavachanena Ashvasayan, consoling Arjuna, reassuring Arjuna with some pleasing words. Lord Sri Krishna speaks, Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So we have the 47th verse here. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदं रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगात् तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाद्यं यन्मे त्वदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम्. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Rupam Darshitam. I showed you this, this terrific form, 47, 48, and 49. In 3 verses, Lord Krishna brings back normalcy to Arjuna. Maya prasannena tava darshitam. Here tava stands for you, to you. Though otherwise tava is sixth case of you, but the sixth case is sometimes used in the fourth case sense, for your sake, for your benefit. So for is fourth case, but instead of tubhyam, tava is used, which is also a common usage. By me, says Sri Krishna, prasannena, being very pleased with you, tava, for your sake, hey Arjuna, idam rupam darshitam. Atma yoga, I could do this through the unbelievable powers, mystical powers that I have, Atma, within me. Tejomayam, full of light. Vishwam, it is the whole cosmos. Anantam, boundless. Adyam, this is the foremost one. All other forms come and go. Yanme tvadanyena na drishtapurvam. Before this, nobody else, tvad anyena, no one else than you had ever seen this. Giving a very brief commentary on this, Bhashyakara says, Maya prasannena. What does prasannena mean? Prasado namatvai anugraha buddhihi. Sri Krishna says, I got into a disposition, buddhi, anugraha, of blessing you, of helping you. Tvai anugraha buddhi prasadaha tadvata prasannena maya tava he Arjuna idam param rupam vishwarupam darshitam atmayogat atmanaha aishwaryasya samarthyat. Ishwarasya bhavaha aishwaryam. Sri Krishna is Ishvara. He is the supreme ruler. Everything is under him. He shows extraordinary powers in this avatar at many places, but his powers actually are infinite. Even in the Mahabharata war at a certain place, he sends his Sudarshana Chakra to block the sun. And every soldier believes it is sunset, the day's war is over. That is how Jayadratha comes out of hiding, and suddenly Sri Krishna withdraws his Sudarshana Chakra. It's not yet sunset, there is a lot of brightness. Jayadratha has come out and is laughing. Ha ha, you could not kill me within this day's time. Arjuna shoots an arrow, and we have talked about the story how his head goes far away and falls on the lap of his father. And his father pushes that head down out of embarrassment as the head of Jayadratha falls on the ground. As per the curse given before, whoever makes the head of Jayadratha fall on the ground would have his own head break to pieces. So Jayadratha's head, the father's head, breaks to pieces. Amazing story, very, very interesting. And over there, Sri Krishna shows his Aishwarya. He could block the sun for a moment and then withdraw, just making Jayadratha come out of his hiding. Tejomayam, Tejaprayam. Of all, mostly it is light. Vishwam, Samastam, Anantam, Antarahitam, Ado Bhavam, Adyam. What comes in the beginning? Ado Bhavam. That is Adya. Yadrupam me mama twadanyena tvattaha anyena kenachit na drishta purvam. Nobody else has seen this before. You are uniquely gifted and blessed. Connecting further to two more verses in the mouth of Sri Krishna, Bhashyakara says, Atmano mama rupa darshanena kritartaha evatvam samvrittaha iti tat stauti. Arjuna's blessing is praised, stauti, stutim karoti. Tvam samvrittaha, you have become kritartaha, most blessed by seeing, by beholding this Vishwarupa. So these are compliments that Sri Krishna throws at Arjuna. Na veda yajnadhyayanairna dhanaihi na chakriyabhihi na tapobhirugraihi evam rupaha shakya aham nirloke drashtum tvadanyena kuru pravira. Aham na shakyah. Aham drashtum na shakyah. That's the main sentence. Normally, it's just not possible. Na shakyaha means not possible for anybody to see me in this form. Even if they have studied the Vedas, performed the yajnas. So, Veda, yajna, adhyayana. Studying as well as performing rituals. Na dhanaihi, no matter how much charity someone might have made. Nachakriyabihi, complicated Vedic actions and very, very hard austerities, ugraihi, which are fierce. So in this world there are many who have done unbelievable amount of spiritual practices of different kinds. No, they don't get the opportunity to see this Vishwarupa. Nriloke, in this human world, drashtum twadanyena, other than you, tvat anyena. If it is Shakyaha and Aham, ordinary Sandhi rule would make it Shakyoham. But again, I guess it is Vedic license, Chandasa Prayoga, Shakyaha and Aham are put as Shakyaham. Unless there is some other way to reconcile that. These are among a dozen liberties that Veda Vyasa takes in this particular text of Bhagavad Geetā. Shankara Bhāshya also says, Na Shakyaha Aham. So Shakyaha Aham normally after Sandhi becomes Shakyoham. Just as Saha Aham, Soham, Ramaha Aham, Ramoham, Shakyaha Aham, Shakyoham. But how come simply Visarga drops and O doesn't come? Well, for metrical adjustment and seeing that any other change would do some harm, cause some loss in the beauty or in the appropriateness of the words, Veda Vyasa leaves it. Shakyaham, and after Sandhi, he says Shakyaham. So not the usual rule. Na Veda Yajnadyanaihi Chaturnamapi Vedanam Adyanaihi Yatavat Yajna Adhyanaischa. So performance as well as study. Veda Adhyana Reva Yajna Adhyanasya Siddhatvat Pratak Yajna Adhyana Grahanam Yajna Vijnana Upalakshanartham. So Veda Adhyana cannot be, or Yajna Adhyana cannot be independent. When you have studied Vedas, as part of it, Yajna is studied. So why again Yajnadhyayana. Is it not included already in Vedadhyayana? It is said, in such a case, Yajnadhyayana would mean a higher level of study of the yajna. Therefore, yajna vijnana upalakshanartham. You have yajna jnana, then you have yajna vijnana. Go into more and more details. Go into more and more of dimensions of yajnas, aspects of yajnas. Somebody does BE, and then one goes further and does ME. So, Bachelor of Engineering, Master of Engineering, and then something further. Because there is more and more to know. The subject may be the same, but there are deeper dimensions. Therefore, Shankaracharya justifies the word Adhyayana after Yajna. Otherwise, Vedadhyayana, of which Yajna is a part. I, of course, gave the meaning, the performance of it also. Tata na danehi tula purushadibihi. So, what is this tula purusha? Tula means a balance or a weighing scale. So, you have, as you might have guessed it, you give the gift of some gold. How much gold? As much as the receiver weighs, or more often, as much as you, the donor, weighs. You weigh yourself against gold. If you are 54 kilograms, 54 kilograms of gold is given to the person who receives. That is called Tula Purusha, a kind of dana. Therefore, extraordinary, very, very expensive. That kind of dana is mentioned here as an example by Shankaracharya. Nacha kriyabihi agnihotradibihi sotadibihi napi tapobihi ugraihi chandrayanadibihi ugraihi ghoraihi. Chandrayana vrata is considered a very, very hard form of tapas. Evam rupaha yatadarshitam vishwarupa yasya soham sa evam rupaha. I am of that form. न शक्याहं नृलोके मनुष्यलोके द्रष्टुम त्वदन्येन त्वत्तः अन्येन कुरु प्रवेर. Very simple. No one else on the earth, in this human world, could see this. You have seen it today. And in the third and last of Sri Krishna's verses in this set, again towards the end, there are 3 or 4 verses spoken by Sri Krishna. माते व्यथा मा च विमूढ भावो दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभीः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य. इदं रूपं दृष्ट्वा और ईद्रं घोरम Mama idam rupam drashtva. Upon seeing this very, very frightening form, I bless you once more to be free of all agitations that arose in you. Fear and anxiety and uncertainty and just many other negativities following these emotions rose in you. May all of them be quiet. May all of them subside. Mate vyatha. Let there be no agitation anymore. No vimuda bhavaha. May all confusion come to end. For when you are frightened, you get confused. Because frightened, fear, or many other emotions have the capacity to disturb your judgment. Vimuda bhava, being deluded, being unable to see things rightly, may that leave you. And vyapeta bhihi, especially bhihi means fear, vyapeta, free of fear, May you be Pritamana. Manaha Pritam Yasya Saha. Pritamanaha. Someone whose mind is very serene. And being so, look at my normal form. Idam Rupam Aduna Prapashya. Mate Vyata Ma Bhute Bhayam. So Vyata, Shankaracharya equates with Bhayam. Macha Vimudha Bhavaha. Vimudha Chittata. Being deluded, being confused, being lost, having no directions. Drishtva upalabhya rupam ghoramidrakya darshitam mamedam. Sri Krishna gives the context. Having seen this cosmic form, you got so agitated. Now I bless you. Vyapeta bihi bhava. Vigata bhaya bhava. Prita manaha bhava. Bhuyaha punaha. Punaha and bhuyaha are synonyms. Punar is the shabda. By Sandhi, it may become punas at times. Punar essentially. Punaha bhuyam tvam tadeva chaturbhujam rupam shankachakra gadadharam tava ishtam rupam idam prapashya. How blessed indeed Arjuna was. He is now back to his serene, fresh mind. There is a single verse in the mouth of Sanjaya. Sanjaya reports at this point to no other than Dhritarashtra. Ityarjunam Vasudevastatoktva swakam rupam darshayamasa bhuyah ashvasayamasa cha bhitamenam bhutva punah saumya vapur mahatma. For Dhritarashtra's benefit, Sanjaya says, Lord Krishna again became Saumya Vapu. Saumya means pleasing. Saumya is derived in two ways. Somavat iti Saumya. Soma, the moon, is pleasing in contrast to Surya, the sun. Surya's rays are fierce. Somavat iti Saumya or Sumavat iti Saumya. Suma is flower. A flower is pleasing to see. So, either way, Saumya means pleasing, not frightening, not causing agitation. Saumya vapuhu bhutva Sri Krishna Vasudeva Arjunam Ashvasayamas. Brought back hope, brought back peace to Arjuna's mind. Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa. His normal form he showed. So that is explained by Bhāshyakara Shankaracharya iti evam Arjunam Vasudeva tata bhutam vachanam uktva swakam Vasudeva grahe jatam rupam darshayamasa. From the time he was born, a certain form, two-armed, at times maybe showing four arms, darshayamasa, darshitavan, bhuyaha, punaha, ashvasayamasa, ashvasitavanscha. Ashvasana is to assure, oh, don't worry, things will be taken care of. Just be free of any anxiety. Bhitam enam ashvasayitva punaha saumyopuhu prasanna dehaha abhavat Bhagavan Mahatma Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is called Mahatma here, the great soul, Purushottama. As 15th chapter is going to say, first to begin with, there are two Purushas, Kshara and Akshara. And then the highest one is Purushottama. For Sri Krishna, Mahatma means that Purushottama. Mahatma. So Sanjaya's words are also given here in this particular 50th verse. In 5 more verses, it is back to Sri Krishna before of course, after Arjuna's submission that I am indeed very fortunate, after seeing this extraordinary form, I have regained my poise. So one verse in the mouth of Arjuna too. Arjuna Uvacha Drishtvedam Manusham Rupam Tava Saumyam Janardana Idanimasmi Samvrittaha Sacheta Prakritim Gataha. Arjuna said, Idam Tava Manusham Rupam Drishtva. Now seeing you in the human form, hey Janardana, there lived a asura, a demon called Jana. And Jana asurasya ardanam kritavan. Ardana is destruction. Lord Krishna destroyed a certain demon whose name was Jana. Please don't take it as he killed regular, ordinary people. Why would he harm them? Jana namna asuraha asi. Tam asuram ardanam kritavan. Therefore, one name of Sri Krishna, as it appears in Vishnu Sahasranama too, is Janardana. Saumyam Rupam Drishtva Aduna Samvrittaha. I have got back to my composure. Sachetaha. I regained my alertness. Otherwise, it was as though I was half conscious. I lost half of my consciousness. Chetaha, Chetas is consciousness. Prakritim Gataha, that is Mama Swabhavam Gataha. Prakriti here means my normal nature. Bold, brave, confident, and all set to do anything that is required. Never lacking in good spirits. That was my nature, and I got back to that nature. That's what is explained by Vashyakara. Drishtva idam manusham rupam matsakam. Now I see my friend again here. Cosmic form was not my friend's way. Matsakam, man mitram, prasannam tava saumyam janardana idanim aduna asmi samvrittaha sanjataha reborn I am. Kim sacheta prasanna chittaha. Conscious again and pleased, serene. Prakritim swabhavam gatascha asmi. Arjuna expresses on his part great satisfaction, great joy, great relaxation. And then the last four verses are back in Sri Krishna's mouth. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drishtavanasi Yanmama Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityam Darshana Kankshinaha. Hey Arjuna, Drishtavan Asi, you have just now seen this Rupa, this form. Durdarsham itself means very, very hard to get an opportunity to see it. Sudurdarsham is extremely difficult for anyone to get even 1 minute of vision of this form. And you saw it. Devaha api asya rupasya darshana kankshinaha. Even the countless gods, the divine citizens of Swarga, they too every day wish to see my form as I showed you, but they never got. Nityam darshana kankshinaha. So this is once more to praise the form, the glory of that form. Sudur darsham sushtum dukkhena darshanam asyati. Sudur darsham. Sushtu Dukhyena, with great difficulty one may get a chance. Such is the form. Idam Rupam Drishtavanasi Yad Mama. Devaha Pyasya Mama Rupasya Nityam Sarvada Darshana Kankshina. Darshan Epsavaha. Apnoti means to get. Ipsuhu means one who wants to get. One who wants to get. Apnotum, or aptum rather. Aptum ichchati iti ipsuhu. That also sometimes becomes prepsuhu. Prepsa, ipsa are words meaning desire to get something. Darshana ipsavaha api na tvam iva drishtavanta. They must have had a quick glance at places, at times, but tvam iva, the way you saw it today, to your heart's content, the devas also never got a chance. Na drakshanti, neither have they seen nor will they see at any future time. Drishtavantaha is past, drakshanti is future. Iti abhiprayaha. Arjuna, we can imagine, hears these words and is all the more deeply touched. Oh my. All those divine beings also don't get this chance. What punya have I earned? What merit have I acquired to get to see this? And one more shloka for this morning's class. Naham Vedai, back to Anushtup. Naham Vedairna tapasa nadane na chejyaya shakyam shakyah pun shakya evam vidho drashtum drishtavanasi mam yatha. Not through Vedas, not through austerities, not through any amount of charity, not even through yajnas. Yajna itself is ijya. In Vishnu Sahasranama, Mahavishnu is called Yajna, also is called Ijya. Ijya literally means someone who is to be reached through a Yajna. So, Nacha Ijyaya. Ijya here means Yajna only. Shakyaha evam vidaha. Here there is no concession made to Sandhi rules. For Shakyaha plus evam vidaha will have a visarga dropping. But over there, Shakyaha aham should have become Shakyoham. But the shloka previously had Shakyaha aham, Shakyaham. That was not as per standard rules of Sandhi. Here, Shakyaha evam vidaha, proper standard rules, visarga drops. Drashtum evam vidaha na Shakyaha. Drishtavanasi mam yatha. The way you have seen, for the length of time that you beheld this form, and with the undisturbed atmosphere around, everything, so many dimensions of this vision, you were also fully receptive. That's when this was shown to you. Mam yatha tvam drashtavan tatha na shakyaha. It's not possible to see in that way for anyone. Bhashyakara says, Kasmat naham vedaihi drashtum shakyaha. The drashtum shakyaha goes with all this. Naham vedaihi shakyaha drashtum rig yaju sama atharva vedaihi. Through the four Vedas, meaning study of those four. Chaturbhirapi. Somebody studies all the four Vedas. She also doesn't get the opportunity to see this Vishwarupa. Na tapasa ugrayana chandrayanadina. Again, that example is given by Bhashyakara. Chandrayana, taking full meal on a full moon day, then reducing it by 1/15th every day. Till on new moon day, you eat zero. then slowly increasing it. So typically over 14 or 15 days one way, 14 or 15 days other way. Only once a month you are eating full meal. Otherwise it is going on reducing, or after zero it goes on increasing till on Purnima you get full meal. So Chandrayanadina tapasa ugrena na danena go bhu hiranyadina. Go means cows. Bhu is pieces of land. Hiranya is gold. By giving them away. Earlier Shankaracharya talked about Tula Purusha. Here, go bhu hiranya. Nacha ijyaya. Ijya means yajna. Yajnena, pujayava, or various forms of elaborate worship. Shakyaha evam vida yatadarshita prakaraha drashtum drashtavanasi mam yatha tvam. So, Sri Krishna on his part further confirms and further restates the unbelievable glory that was of Vishwarupa. So, Yathatvam. Now, the most important part is in the last two verses, where Sri Krishna says, if anyone wishes to see this form, it is possible through purest devotion. So, amidst all the Rajasic nature that Arjuna had, it is clear now that Arjuna had that love deep in his heart, that bhakti towards Sri Krishna. So he got the opportunity. And in the 55th verse, as we shall see next time, Sri Krishna gives 5 tips in a single shloka, 5 tips to realize Godhead, to reach God, to make one's life completely, totally blessed. So 54 and 55, unlike many other verses before, are packed with spiritual advice, packed with hints at how we may become worthy of the highest realization. Therefore, it is that these 2 verses will keep for the last class on the 11th chapter, next Wednesday morning in India, or Tuesday evening in the West. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.